This is Artiste Cat here again. If you're watching this from Art to the Moon, then hello, welcome back to my channel, Little Artists. If you're watching this from Team Tiny or another place, then Isa, hello from their studios and hello from my studio. Okay, so today we're going to be figuring out how to take an empty toilet paper roll and turning it into a fake candle. So I'm going to gather a few materials and show you guys how to do this thing. Okay, I'm back. So first things off, so your materials. So I'm using this thing, it's Reynolds Wrap. It's just basically aluminum foil, as you guys can see here. I'm using Elmer's glue. I'm using white glue for wax. I'm using titanium white acrylic paints and a paintbrush. I'm using a fake plastic candle, because it's like the only candle I have right now. And I'm using a toilet paper roll that's empty. Make sure to use one that's empty, you guys. Okay, so first steps first. So I'm gonna use the paint, and I'm gonna be dabbing it on here because I'm gonna paint this white for the candle. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some paper towels in case I make a mess or whatever. I'm gonna unscrew this baby, and I'm gonna start dabbing her with paint. No. Ugh. Okay, tip number 1. Don't make a mess, you guys, because I just dripped a little bit. Oopsies, my bad. Okay, so I'm just going to be painting this lightly, taking my time. If you want, you might want to get like water for the acrylic paints because I find that works best. But no such time sometimes in times like this. So I'm just dabbing this toilet paper thing while I do it. You should only be doing one side at a time, you guys, because if you do more than one side and you try and put it down for later purposes, it's just going to roll and it's just going to destroy all of your beautiful work and your beautiful acrylic paints. Okay, because mind you, acrylic paints are not very cheap, you guys. So as you can see here, I am just painting this thing, painting around all of the surfaces. Do I sound like a teacher, you guys? Do I sound like a teacher? Okay, painting. I think I'm gonna get some water for this thing. Cause it is like not going as far as I would expect it to go. But if you guys can see here, I am just dabbing around and it's starting to turn white. Don't use up all of your acrylic paint on like one side because you're gonna want to color in the whole thing. If you don't, I mean, that's on you. I would like to color in the whole thing. Again, this is a tutorial, a how-to, so it would be best if you colored it in like a candle. And so I'm just gonna actually take this paint off the floor and use it a little bit. And while I am getting some water for this really already beautiful thing, you guys can start doing these steps because they will pay off. I'm back with the fresh cup of water because I feel like using acrylic paints as watercolors. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. And now I'm going to turn this. So you see that I'm almost done because the sides are so close. So I'm just gonna be dabbing probably just a little more. Dip my brush and start painting some more. You see how it goes a better way now? I think that's the trick with acrylic paints, you guys. Use a teeny bit of water. Because I didn't have acrylic paints before this. I had watercolor, so I was very used to dipping my brush. And it was kind of annoying before, but now it's just kind of nice because it reminds me that I can have a smooth, soft surface. So I don't know if this sounds weird, but I'm just going to be talking to you guys while I paint. So now I just have 2 more dotties to go. So I'm going to start with the bottom one because I just feel like doing that. And I'm going to paint the bottom. Make sure I've got basically, if not everything. Basically everything. So you see there's a little bit of brown sticking out and stuff like that. But that's okay. My goal is to make sure that I have most of the paint in order. So, yeah, it's a little wet, but it's not half bad. See this, you guys? So it is now transformed into basically a white little tube. So I'm going to set this aside and also set my paintbrush aside. So other materials. So the next thing that I want to do is get this Reynolds wrap ready. And this Reynolds wrap, it's like foil. So I'm going to be in the background right here while you guys finish up your acrylic paints. And I'm going to be peeling off a little bit of this thingy about because I need to cover the bottom. Because if you haven't noticed, and I'm back, these tops and bottoms are empty. And if you want to stick a plastic candle inside, it's going to slip right out. So here I have some foil. I'm going to make into a circle later. Let's shoot this off. And I'm going to set out a paper towel because this next part's a little messy. Make sure to close your acrylic paints, by the way. Closing acrylic paints. So I'm setting off a paper towel roll because the next thing I'm going to do is pour glue on top of this. So I don't know if you guys have ever like experienced scented candles, but they usually have like a bunch of no, they have wax. They have wax, and the wax is just pouring out of them if you ever like light your thing so much. So I'm going to do imaginary wax because I do not want to light this thing because I also don't have a bottom, so I can't like fit the candle in. So I'm going to pour, this is Elmer's glue all, and it's extra strong formula. You guys are going to want this Elmer's white glue. And I'm going to pour, so let's capture this. Let's watch me pour. Take off the entire bottle cap. I have the entire bottle cap taken off right here, as you guys can see. So take that bottle cap off and make sure that if there's any old dried up glue, you take that off. So I'm going to back this up a little and let's watch me pour glue. Come out, glue. Whoop. I'm going to pour it down the sides. You guys see that? Look how cool that is. And it's kind of oozing out the top. You guys can see it's oozing out. I don't really want to touch it. But I basically created, and I'm going to grab some glue. Sorry, this looks weird, but I basically created imaginary wax. You guys can just like pour this if you want. Pour it all. I like playing with glue. Does that sound weird? So it looks kind of like imaginary wax now, doesn't it? And I can just smear some if I want. Let me like smear some. So doesn't this look like imaginary wax now over here? Doesn't it look like imaginary wax? It looks kind of cool, huh? So I'm going to wait for that to dry a little. I'm going to wait for this to dry a little bit, and I'm going to clean up. That's why I brought this paper towel, because this is going to be super messy, you guys. So you guys want a paper towel just in advance. So I'm going to clean up. You guys do those steps, and adios. I'll be with you guys in like 2 minutes. Make sure to scrub your hands really well for the next few steps, you guys. Make sure to like wash your hands really well, because for the next few steps, you're going to be using, if not a real candle, one of these Fox light up candles, and you do not want to get that dirty because it will not work and your entire thing will be a big fat flop. So wash your hands, guys. I'm back, you guys. So, this is what it looks like right now. I was only gone for about a minute. But wash your hands super well, you guys, because you do not want to ruin your precious candle, okay? This candle has been alive for 3 years. I don't want it to change. So there you go. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and while I wait for that to dry, another like 2 minutes, I am going to show to you extra materials if you need it. So again, if you want your acrylic paints, that is good. You might also want another brush, depending on the size. I have quite a few sizes of brushes right here. I have quite a few sizes, so if you want, you get a ton of brush sizes, so you know when to do that. You might, if you're going to like decorate it, if you want it to look like a fake actual scented candle, you might want Q-tips or little baggies to press on there or anything like that, because that'll make it look super cool. If you want, you can actually use slime activator to like make it stick and stuff like that, because sometimes the glue might fall off and you do not want that. You can have an extra bottle of glue if you need it, in different formulas, of course. You definitely, again, you need foil because you're going to be cutting this. Oh, yeah. You also might want scissors. I don't currently have scissors because I'm going to be cutting the foil with my bare hands because I think that is better right now. But if you want scissors to cut this because you want to make it sure that it's the exact size, then this is good. So grab that foil. So you guys, I'm gonna check if this is good now. No, probably not. But let's start making the foil. So while I make the foil, so this is what I'm gonna be doing. So watch this closely, you guys. So I'm gonna rip carefully because foil is like really easy to break. So I'm really carefully, really gently ripping it off. If you guys are doing this for like a family member or to watch and teach, then you just make sure to know that you should be doing this really carefully. Because if you don't do it carefully, it'll just rip into little shreds and you won't get your perfect candle. So I just created right here about a square for the little goody bottom of this. I'm probably going to be folding and shaping the foil, but that is okay because it might look better like that anyway. I'm going to stuff it up inside. So, yeah, let's see here. Are you done? I'm going to smack this on the bottom of the paper towel roll so I can do the foil in advance because I don't want to keep you guys waiting for like 20 years while this glue dries. So flipping up to its bottom. So make sure not to have a lot of glue on your fingers because again, it's going to mess with the foil and the foil is not going to become sticky anymore. So you see here that I have the foil. I'm going to place it on and I'm going to start folding around the edges where it doesn't work like you see here, guys. There's a teeny little corner, so I'm going to fold that corner so that it fits. You can add extra pieces of foil if it's not enough. Or if you don't like the way your foil looks. Oh my gosh, my foil just fell in. Gotta save my foil. Okay. So, tell me if that looks like a good bottom. You can also be sure to add like extra layers just in case because I don't want this plastic candle to make the bottom of this foil fall because the foil is very sensitive, so it might fall if I don't add a few protection layers. It might fall, so I'm going to add probably like 2 more layers. So you guys just rip off a good hunk and then place it on and then mess with it and fold it and shape it and stuff like that so that it looks okay. And then make sure that nothing is sticking out. Like you see, guys, that there is nothing if you look up at the top. that there is no like little holes or whatever in here. There's no brown picking out. It's just foil. So let's turn this right side up again. Be careful that you don't rip off the foil, because even so, foil is still very fragile. So you gotta be careful with this thingy. So if you look inside right here, so why don't you move the camera so that it's like that? So you see that there's foil, and the foil kind of stops a lot of the glue from getting inside. I'm gonna just use this to shove it in because I don't want the fingers to get destroyed or to have more glue on them. So you see that I just gently tapped with my acrylic paints, and now it is smooth and there is probably nothing coming out. So I can probably be free to put my candle in. And I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot, you guys, but just like you know, this is cool crafts to impress and tell your family, friends, parents, and more. So yeah, you can also teach it to people. So there's a little light on this. I'm gonna flicker that light on, and really quick too, because I don't want it to be like that forever. And if you look inside right here, it is glowing. So yeah, you guys can also add a string if you want to your candle. And I like the way this thing flickers, and I can move it without the candle falling out. I'm gonna take that candle out though, because I don't like it being in there with some glue in there for so long. But if you guys want, you can put a string through this baby over here. You can put a string through it so that you can hang it up, and that will look like lanterns, and that is pretty darn cool. So please like this video, subscribe, make it sure to check it out on all the channels. Also, big thank you and shout outs to, if you're watching this on Art to the Moon, to helping channels including Team Tiny and SaltCals207 for supporting us, and for supporting us and for letting us talk on their channel. So thank you very much for letting us have an art voice. So there you have it. That is your little fake candle. So if you don't want to use a fake candle, you can use a real candle or whatever. You can also use a little bar to separate so that you can just place the candle in. It doesn't go all the way down, and that it looks kind of cool. But thank you so much for watching, and Artiste Cat out. Adios, guys. Big thank you and shout outs again. Bye.